A very good morning, guys. Friday, the market closed at 24,252, exactly 2 points off the predicted magnet, and the max pain still stands between that 24,250 to 24,300 level. The whole day, a 77-point coil up that we saw opened at the resistance and dipped into the buy zone, we called it, closed exactly at 24,250. Thursday, the call carpet got ripped up. Friday, the writers rebuilt it one floor higher. 37 lakh calls written at 24,300. Put thickened underneath, so the support has increased. 24,200 now has 1.5 crore puts written. 24,000 has 1.77 crore. And this morning, oil broke to 92.7. The risk is higher. Korea is down 2.8%. Gold made another record high at 46.46, and Gift Nifty says a 100-point gap up above that 24,300 resistance. Expiry is tomorrow. Someone blinks today, and the gap or the resistance is what we are going to see. So this is the Tanmay Edge. You are listening to episode 109. I am Tanmay Gurtukoti. Let's go. So Friday's first, guys. So Friday Nifty closed at 24,252, the second higher close in a range. Uh, Range was 77 points. Open was 24,284. That was the high. The low was 24,206. Tightest day in weeks we have seen. Breadth dead even. 25 up, 24 down. So that was even. Sensex closed at 77,540. Almost flat after a 280 point round trip. And VIX up 4.2% to 11.2 on a flat day. While the options IV fell, hedges being bought under the calmness was being seen. Banks have led on Friday, 0.46, metals 0.86, PSC green, FMCG was down 0.74%, auto was down 0.6%, IT was down and dragged lower, 0.46% lower. Power Grid 2.66% higher, Bell 1.17% higher, Kotak Bank 1.08% higher, and some losers. Trent was 1.53% lower, Maruti was 1.51% lower. So I'll take a 4.5 on 5 for Friday's call. Full scorecard is available on rupeecase.com. Call the resistance for 24,300. Call the buy on dips at 24,200. Call two higher closes in a row and pin drifting towards that 24,250 300 zone. So let's see how the markets have stacked for today. So Thursday, 2 crore calls got covered. Friday, the writers billed at 24,300. 37 lakh calls got added. Now has 1.34 lakh calls sold at 24,300. That is your first resistance. More fresh calls about 24,250 are. 26 lakh calls got added over there. 550 19 lakhs, 350 14 lakhs, 400 11 lakhs. So across the board we saw some writing happening on the call side. Puts advanced too. So 24,200 put almost 17 lakhs got added, and now the total OI stands at 1.5 crore. So that's a good support that we are seeing. 24,000 put 13 lakhs got added, and almost 1.77 crore of support is present over there. And at the ATM, 24,300 95 lakh puts are present. 24,250 almost 18 lakhs got added, and 24,150 14 lakhs got added. So the ATM 24,250 67 lakh calls versus 68 lakh puts, almost even. And the PCR is just above that one zone, 1.07. Max pain still stands between 24,250 300 levels. Resistance, first resistance is at 24,300, then 24,400. Support is present at 24,200, then 150 and 100 levels. So negative gamma below 24,200 levels, positive gamma above 24,300 levels. So between 24,250 to 300 or 200 to 300 is a dead zone. So keep a watch on that. So the option data front IV is just below that 10 mark. The wall has been moving from 10 to 8 to almost settling over there. So daily one standard deviation is roughly 95 points. 24,158 to 24,346 is what I'm looking at. ATM straddle 163 got the settlement. Straddle implied move is roughly around 204 points, giving me a range of 24,050 to 70 on the lower end to 24,450 on the upper end. Keep a, I'll read it again. So the lower range is 24,050 and the higher range is 24,455. Keep a watch on that. The one standard deviation is above that ceiling of 24,346 and sits above that resistance of 24,300. So the resistance that strike is going to get tested. So the actual battlefield that I see is between that 24,200 to almost 24,380 to 400 zone. And who did what on Friday? So pros added 31,000 more calls. Book now stands at 1.4 lakh calls, pressing the long. Added 18,000 puts, almost 1.85 lakh. Insurance renewed, and futures stayed long. 10,000 futures. The flip is holding. So the pros are long calls, long puts, along with long futures. FIs covered around 16,000 more calls. Two-day cover now stands at roughly a lakh calls have been covered. Trimmed 11,000 puts. That is a de-risking that is happening. Futures short is at 2.1 lakh, barely moved. So, and the stock futures, they added another 15,000 contracts. So, FIs are basically short calls. They are long puts and they are short futures, but they have huge amount of stock futures they have been going long. So the client sold another 46,000 calls, two straight days dumping into the strength. Re-added 7,000 naked puts. The short put book grew to almost 7 lakh, 6.98 lakh. The crowd is fading the turn in both directions. And the flows, FIS cash, they sold 542 crore on Friday. DIS cash, they bought 2,124 crore. FIS derivative bought index options 838 crore. Stock futures 858 crore and index futures 364 crores. So FIs sell Indian cash, buys India's derivatives, hedged re-entry, not an exit that we are seeing from the flow. So now some calls that are going on. So the buy signal is still live from 24,210. So current trade is up by 41 points. Rolling three trades almost 900 points on Nifty. That is 3.5%. Rolling five trades is more than 1,000 points up, 4.17%. Futures ladder is having a 37 points of basis present on it. Expiry pin prediction that we are seeing is 24,250 to 24,300 as of now. The magnet will change today if we continue. So Monday morning, the gap up versus the resistance. Gift Nifty is trading at 24,355, 100-point gap up over that 24,300 resistance. Brent crude is above that $92 mark and is at trading at 92.67. Gold is 46.46, another record high. The fear trade has rotated. Kospi is down 2.7%. Korea is cracking again. Hang Seng is down 2.14%. Nikkei is down 0.31%. Taiwan is up 0.2% and holding. US Friday S&P was positive, Nasdaq was positive by 0.43%. The dip got bought. And India 10-year yield is standing at 6.87. USD INR still stands at 95.71 and the dollar index is below that 99 zone. So the tug oil plus US bounce plus the gap against Korea's gold record and 1.35 crore calls defending 24,300. That is what the built up has happened. And the rupee case was up by 0.26% on a zero point zero 0.08 day. The defensive book bid the tape. Since Monday's rebalance, the alpha is almost 0.8%. Wellcorp is up 15%. On Friday alone, 22% since rebalance. Aegis Logistics 6.1%. Rate gain 4.91%. So the plan for today is simple. The bias still remains buy on dips. The gap up opens above 24,300. Do not chase the open. Let 24,300 resistance get broken and let 24,300 get held. Base case Gap up gets sold back into that 24,250 to 300 zone. Positive gamma only above that 24,300 level, and keep a watch on that 1.35 crore calls present at 24,300. Buy zone dips toward that 24,200 to 250 is the first buy zone with 1.5 crore puts as support over there. The next buy is directly below that 24,200 levels to 24,000 to 24,100 levels. Stop loss below 24,100 on a closing basis. Intraday stop loss of 24,000. If 24,300 holds into the close, that will be a third higher close, and the opens up a gap of the magnet shifting higher to 24,350 to 400. So the 1 SD range still stands above that 24,100. Keep a watch on that. Also keep a watch on Asia and oil. To stay below that 93 is extremely important. Expiry is tomorrow, so theta rules the day. Spreads only, never naked flat buys till Thursday, Tuesday 3.315. The crowd is short 7 lakh naked puts into the expiry. Any break below 24,200 will accelerate the down move. Keep a watch on that. We could see 100 points coming in very sharp. And if you like this episode, guys, share it with one trader friend. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Stream it first on Rupee Case, also on Spotify and Amazon Music. And give it a rating, guys. And see you all once again tomorrow on expiry. Until then, have a happy Monday and a happy trading for today.